My child, stop for a moment. Yes, you. I need you to hear this. I've seen the tears no one else saw. I've heard the prayers you whispered in the dark when you thought I wasn't listening. You've carried the weight of your world alone, but it was never meant to be yours. You've asked, Lord, why me? Why is my life falling apart? And here's my answer. Because I'm rebuilding you. I'm not punishing you. I'm preparing you. You think you've lost everything. But what if I told you you're standing on the edge of your greatest breakthrough? So let go of the fear. Let go of what you can't fix. Because today, I'm standing beside you saying, let me help you. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Now. And when you let me, I'll show you what miracles really look like. Welcome to FaithVibes, where heaven speaks through every word, and your heart finds peace again. Here, faith isn't just spoken. It's felt. Every message is a whisper from God's heart to yours. So subscribe, stay close, and let your spirit be reminded that miracles still happen, every single day. My beloved child, you don't have to carry it alone. My beloved child, before you go any further, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and feel my presence around you. The world may be loud, your heart may be weary, but right now, in this sacred moment, I am near. Closer than your next heartbeat. Closer than the air that fills your lungs. I have watched you walk through days when everything felt heavy, when you smiled on the outside but quietly broke on the inside. I saw the tears that no one else saw, the nights when you stared at the ceiling whispering, God, I can't do this anymore. And my child, I never left you. Not for a single second. You've been trying so hard to hold it all together. You've carried responsibilities, fears, regrets, and unanswered prayers on your shoulders, believing that if you just tried harder, maybe it would all fall into place. But here's what I want you to understand today. You were never meant to carry it alone. You are not built to hold the weight of the world. That's my job. You were created to walk with me, not ahead of me. To rest in me, not apart from me. When I formed you, I placed in you a piece of my own breath, a divine spark meant to depend on me. I never asked you to be perfect, only to be present with me. But somewhere along the way, the world told you that strength means silence, that faith means never breaking, and that trust means pretending everything's fine. That's not faith, my child. That's fear wearing a mask. Real faith begins when you finally whisper, Lord, I can't do this without you. That's the moment I step in, not with judgment, but with mercy. Not to scold you, but to lift you. Because I am not distant from your struggle. I am in it with you. Do you remember the story of Peter walking on water? When the wind grew fierce, he began to sink. He looked at the storm instead of me. But the moment he cried out, Lord, save me, I didn't wait. I didn't hesitate. I reached out my hand immediately. That's who I am, the God who reaches out the instant you call. Even when your faith feels small, even when your voice trembles, even when all you can manage is a whisper of help me, I come running. Because your cry moves my heart more than you can ever imagine. I've seen every moment of your life. The victories, the failures, the things you're proud of, and the things you wish no one knew. Yet I still love you with a love that doesn't change when you fall. I don't love you because of what you've done right. I love you because you are mine. When you walk through the fire, I will be with you. The flames may rise, but they will not consume you. When you pass through deep waters, they will not drown you. You may bend under the pressure, but you will not break, because my hand is holding you steady. So right now, my child, release your burdens to me. Every worry about your future, every guilt from your past, every fear that keeps you from sleeping, lay it all at my feet. You were never meant to figure it all out. You were meant to trust the one who already has. Let me help you. You don't need to hide your weakness. Your weakness is the very place where my strength shines brightest. I know you've been afraid to slow down, afraid that if you stop trying, everything will fall apart. But sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is be still. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and remember that I'm working even when you don't see it. Be still and let me remind you, you are not alone. You've been walking through a season that feels uncertain, but nothing surprises me. I knew the outcome long before the storm began. Every closed door, every delay, every heartbreak. I've woven them all into a story that ends in redemption. I am not punishing you. I am preparing you. You asked me for strength, so I gave you challenges to build it. You asked me for faith, so I allowed moments where you had to trust without seeing. You asked me for peace, so I taught you how to find it even in chaos. Do you see it now, my child? I've been helping you all along, even when you didn't realize it. And yes, I know the world feels heavy right now. I know the pain of disappointment, the sting of betrayal, the confusion of unanswered prayers. But remember this. I am the same God who calmed the storm with a single word, who raised the dead, who fed thousands with a few loaves of bread and a little faith. If I could do all that, do you really think your situation is beyond my reach? No mountain is too high for me to move. No heart is too broken for me to heal. No sin is too deep for my grace to cover. I specialize in impossible things. So trust me, my beloved. When the world tells you to give up, I'm whispering, hold on. When your mind says, it's over, I'm declaring, it's just beginning. And when you feel weak, I am strong within you. Let me help you carry what's been crushing your soul. Let me take the burden that's been breaking your back. You are not alone in this fight. I am walking beside you, step by step, breath by breath, day by day. And one day soon you'll look back and realize, the very things that once brought you to your knees were the same things that brought you closer to me. You'll see that every tear you shed watered the ground for your next blessing. You'll understand that every no was making space for my greater yes. So don't give up now. Don't let go of hope. Don't think for a second that I've forgotten you. You are seen. You are loved. You are chosen. And no matter how dark the road may look, I promise light is coming. Hold on to me, my child, because I'm not just watching from above. I'm right here, reaching out my hand, whispering to your heart, let me help you. And when you do, everything will begin to change. I'm working in ways you cannot see. My precious child, listen closely. I know you've been waiting for something to change, waiting for answers, waiting for healing, waiting for a breakthrough that feels long overdue. You look around and wonder, Lord, where are you? Why aren't you doing something? But I need you to hear me now. Just because you cannot see me working doesn't mean I am not. Faith is not about what your eyes can see. Faith is about trusting my heart when your vision is clouded by pain. I have been working behind the scenes in ways you can't even begin to imagine. When you think I'm silent, I am writing your story. When you think nothing is happening, I am aligning things perfectly in my divine timing. You see, my child, your life is not random. Every chapter has purpose, even the ones that hurt. You may not understand why I've allowed certain things to happen, but every tear you've cried, every door that closed, every delay that frustrated you, they are all threads in a masterpiece that I am still weaving. And one day, when you see it from my perspective, you will understand that what felt like rejection was actually protection. There were doors you prayed to walk through, but I kept them shut. Not because I wanted to hurt you, but because I knew what was behind them would have destroyed your peace. There were people who walked away, and though you felt abandoned, I was making room for those who would love you the way you deserve to be loved. There were moments when I said, wait, and you thought I had said no. But my delays are not denials, they are divine preparations. I am a God of order, not confusion. I do not waste pain. I do not waste tears. Even the moments that seem meaningless are pieces of a plan I designed long before you were born. Do you remember what I said in Jeremiah 29 verse 11? For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. That promise still stands, even when you can't see how it could ever come true. You ask me, Lord, why is it taking so long? And I say to you, because I'm preparing something that will last. A quick blessing might satisfy you for a moment, but what I'm building will bless generations after you. Some of my greatest miracles are not seen in an instant. They are formed in silence, shaped by patience, and revealed in perfect timing. You see waiting as a delay, but I see it as a sacred space where I prepare your heart for what's coming. You see silence as absence, but I see it as trust, because sometimes the teacher is quiet during the test, not because he's gone, but because he's watching you grow. I know the waiting is hard. I know you've whispered through tears, "Lord, I'm tired." And I want you to know, I hear every whisper, I catch every tear, and I count every sigh. Nothing you go through escapes my notice. When you think I'm not listening, I am leaning closer. When you feel like you're walking through the valley alone, I am walking beside you, holding your hand. Even when you can't see the way forward, I am already there, preparing the road ahead of you. Do you remember Joseph? He was betrayed by his brothers, sold as a slave, and forgotten in prison. For years, it looked like I was silent. But every step, every betrayal, every dark night, was leading him to the place where he would save a nation. My silence was not my absence. It was preparation for his destiny. And so it is with you. I am working in places you cannot see. I am softening hearts, shifting situations, and opening doors that will lead you exactly where you need to be. But you must trust me in the in-between, the place between the promise and the fulfillment. Don't let the waiting steal your worship. Don't let the delay kill your hope. Even when you can't trace my hand, trust my heart. Because faith isn't proven when everything makes sense. It's proven when you still believe while standing in the dark. And my beloved, your faith moves me. Your quiet prayers, your perseverance, your choice to praise even when you don't feel like it, they touch my heart deeply. So hold on a little longer. The story isn't over. The season you're in right now is not your final chapter. I am about to bring beauty from your ashes, joy from your sorrow, and strength from your suffering. You just can't see it yet. While you're worrying about what's next, I'm already there. While you're losing sleep over the how, I'm working on the when. While you're praying for the mountain to move, I'm teaching you how to climb it with grace. Every battle you've faced has built something inside you: courage, endurance, and faith. You may not feel strong, but strength isn't about never falling. It's about rising again and again with me beside you. And yes, there will come a day when everything will make sense. You'll see the purpose behind every no, the beauty behind every delay, and the reason behind every unanswered prayer. You'll realize that my plan was never to harm you, but to heal you through the journey. Until that day, my child, trust the process. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are exactly where you need to be for what I'm preparing next. I know you don't see it now, but one day you will look back and say, "Lord, you were there the whole time." So keep walking, keep believing, keep waiting with hope. Because while you're waiting, I am working. While you're praying, I am answering. And while you're doubting, I am still faithful. I'm not finished yet, my beloved. The same God who started a good work in you will be faithful to complete it. So rest your heart, quiet your mind, and let these words sink deep into your soul. I am working in ways you cannot see. And when the time is right, I will make everything beautiful, just as I promised. Let me take the lead, my beloved child. You've been trying so hard to hold everything together. The plans, the people, the pain. You've tried to be strong, to figure out every answer, to make every path clear. But my dear one, it's time to breathe. It's time to stop striving and start trusting. Let me take the lead. You see, you were never meant to walk this journey by sight alone. You were never designed to carry the world on your shoulders. That's why I've been whispering to your heart, softly, patiently, "Come to me. Let me help you." I know you want to be in control. You want to know every outcome, every detail, every reason. But control is not peace, my child, it's exhaustion. Peace begins when you let go of what you cannot change and allow me to step in. Do you remember what I said in Matthew 11 verse 28? "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." That promise still stands today. You don't need to earn it, you just need to receive it. You've been running so hard, trying to fix what was never yours to fix. But now it's time to rest in me. When you release what you can't control, you make room for miracles. When you stop trying to force things, you give me permission to move in ways far beyond your imagination. You don't have to understand the whole path. You just need to take the next step with me. My child, I know you're afraid of surrender. You fear that if you let go, everything will fall apart. But don't you see? The moment you surrender is the moment I can finally build something better. You are not losing control, you're giving it to the one who holds the universe. Let me take the lead, and I will show you that my plans are not to harm you, but to give you hope and a future. Let me guide your steps, and you will see that every delay was divine, every detour was direction, every heartbreak was holy ground for growth. The world teaches you to rely on your strength, but I teach you to rely on mine. You think you have to have it all together, but I delight in using broken things to show my glory. I used Moses, who doubted his voice. I used David, who failed yet still chased after my heart. I used Peter, who denied me but found redemption in my grace. And I can use you too. You don't need to be perfect to be chosen. You don't need to be fearless to have faith. All you need is willingness. A heart that says, Lord, I can't, but I know you can. When you walk with me, every step becomes sacred, even the ones that feel uncertain. When you trust me, I turn your chaos into calm, your pain into purpose, your confusion into clarity. So stop fighting battles that I've already won. Stop replaying what went wrong. Stop doubting what I can make right. I am the God who brings water from dry places, light from darkness, and life from ashes. Do you really think your situation is too far gone for me to restore? I have healed the broken, redeemed the lost, and raised the dead. I can breathe life into your dry bones too. Let me take the lead, and I will carry you where your strength cannot. Let me take the lead, and you will find that peace you've been searching for. Not in the world, not in people, but in me. Do not be afraid to let go. What you release into my hands, I protect. What you surrender to my will, I multiply. What you trust me with, I turn into something beautiful. You've been saying, Lord, I don't know what's next. And I'm saying to you, you don't need to know. Just trust that I do. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take one step. Each step of obedience leads you closer to the destiny I've designed. Sometimes I lead you through valleys, not because I want you to suffer, but because I want you to see that my light shines brightest in the dark. Sometimes I allow storms, not to break you, but to teach you that even the wind obeys my voice. And sometimes I let you feel weak, so you'll discover that my grace is your strength. Don't let fear guide you anymore. Let faith rise up. You are not walking into uncertainty, you are walking into destiny. Every moment of surrender brings you closer to my promise. I know it's hard to trust when the road is unclear. I know it's difficult to release control when your heart has been hurt before. But my beloved, I am not like the ones who failed you. I will never leave you, never forsake you, never let your trust be in vain. When I lead with love. When I guide with wisdom. When I move for your good and my glory. So take my hand again. Let me show you what peace really feels like. Peace that doesn't depend on circumstances, but flows from knowing that I am in control. You don't have to see the outcome to know that it's safe in my hands. Just trust the one who holds tomorrow. I know the plans I have for you. I see the future that you cannot yet see. I've gone before you to prepare every detail, every opportunity, every miracle. Nothing is out of place when I lead the way. So stop looking back at what you've lost. Start looking forward to what I'm creating. Because I promise, what's coming will make sense of everything that didn't. You may not understand it now, but you will. And when that day comes, you'll look up and say, Lord, you were right all along. Until then, keep your eyes on me. Walk by faith, not by sight. Surrender your worries, your fears, and your timelines. I am in control, and when I lead, all things work together for good. My beloved, let me take the lead. Let me carry you when you're weak. Let me fight the battles you can't fight. Let me open the doors you cannot open. Because when you let me lead, you will no longer live in anxiety or fear. You will live in freedom and peace. I am the shepherd who knows every step of your journey. I am the light that never fades, the anchor that never fails, the love that never leaves. So trust me completely, follow me faithfully, and rest in my promise eternally. And as you do, you'll see. The storm will pass. The doors will open. The blessings will come. Because when you let me take the lead, you never walk alone. I am with you now, and I will be with you always, even to the end of the age.